Getting ready to film a video. Hey girl, hey, it's Demi here again, and I'm back with another video. So I was inspired to do this video by the lovely Shirley B. Inyang. She did the tag maybe last week, and I was like, oh wow, that's such a cool tag, like maybe I should do it, I don't know. The tag is called About a Year Ago tag, and I guess you just basically answer questions that is on the tag. That just sounded really Anyway, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I have the questions here on my phone. Most embarrassing moment of 2015. Luckily I don't think I've had. You know what? I'm lying. Okay, so my most embarrassing moment of 2015 was my 22nd birthday. Was it my 22nd birthday? Was that 2015? No, because that was last August. Okay, so no, I don't think I've had any. You know what? I think I'm lying again. So on my 23rd birthday, I had a really embarrassing moment on my 22nd birthday, but I had an embarrassing moment on my 23rd birthday as well. So on my 23rd birthday, I had just graduated from college and decided to go out to the club, and it was really fun and everything. I'm like, you know, getting my groove, you know, doing all that stuff. And I asked my friend to get me a drink. I usually do like a tequila, lime juice, and Sprite. Shout out to my friend who came up with that combo. And I told my friend to get me said drink. This is a different friend. And instead of bringing me the tequila, lime juice, and Sprite, for whatever reason, she thought I just said tequila shot. I don't know how tequila, lime juice, and Sprite turned into just a plain tequila shot. I feel like she might have just been plotting against me. Who knows? But she came back with 2 tequila shots with the cup like that full. You know, like the club has like the little small cups, but like a shot and half of that cup, which is a huge shot. So she couldn't take them back to the bar, so of course I had to drink them. So I'm drinking. You know, I'm drinking and drinking. After I took those huge shots, you know, I'm smoking hookah and all of that. And next thing I know, I'm like, my limbs are flailing all over the place. Like, I am done with. And I just remember sitting down on the couch. I'm in the middle of the club, by the way. I remember sitting down on the couch and I'm like leaning on my friend, like, oh my gosh, I'm so out of it. And then next thing I know, I'm leaning over to hurl in the middle of the club. So, have to say, top 5, maybe top 3 embarrassing moment of my life. My biggest accomplishment of 2015 definitely has to be graduating college. Like, college for me has been like a legitimate struggle just because I changed my major a bunch of times. I transferred schools. I sat out for a semester trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and it was a long road for me. I considered quitting a lot of times, and it just was not fun along the way. It really took me a long time to figure out what my niche was and what I really wanted to do that involved like all of my skills and things I enjoyed and all the things of that nature. And it was just a really big struggle for me, and I think it had me depressed for a while just with everything that was going on with school and just trying to make sure that you do well and all that kind of stuff. So I think graduating, I just graduated in July. That was my biggest accomplishment. I've never felt like, you know how like when you're finally done with something, you just take the biggest sigh of relief? That's kind of how I felt, and it just felt so unreal. Like even to this day, it kind of just feels unreal. I know I said that I would never go back to school, but things change, so I'm actually just gonna go back and get my master's degree. So stay tuned for that, because I'm gonna need y'all to help me, because Lord knows it's about to be a struggle. The next question is bloopers of 2015, but I don't think I have any, so I'm just gonna skip that one. Best memory of 2015. I would have to say my best memory would be when I went on a cabin trip with all of my friends. I think that was probably the funnest part of 2015. I think that was 2015. It might have been the end of 2014. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but either way, we're just gonna pretend like it's in 2015 because that's about the funnest memory I can think of right now. But we went on a cabin trip and it was really fun, and we got to bond, and it was just a really, really good time. And I liked spending time with my friends, and I had never done that with friends before. I hadn't really done like a lot of things where you like get really, you have your friends, but I never did, anything like that before. So I thought that was really cool. And we're gonna try to make it a tradition, but we're still working on that. But I think that was my best memory. And also graduation, I guess. Those two kind of working together. Biggest obstacle of 2015 definitely would have to be myself. I am my own worst enemy. I feel like I always feel like I can do things, but my mind always kind of tells me that I can't in a way. If you watch my video about my battles with low self-esteem, you'll kind of understand why I felt that way. I still have a lot of work to go for myself, but at the same time, I feel like I can do anything. Like if I wanted to learn how to fly a jet, I probably could, but I would end up psyching myself out, before anything. Like there's so much that I want to get done, and sometimes I feel like I scare myself into what will people think. What if I fail, and what will people think, and blah, 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 blah. And it's a hard thing to overcome, and I feel like it'll take some work. A lot of things that I have done, I've been able to overcome my fear, but at the same time, I still kind of struggle with that. I feel like I just got kind of serious for a moment, but it's just a weird situation to be in, like you're in the middle. And I'm looking forward to 2016 to really try to accomplish my goals and not be afraid to do things, and maybe propel myself even further and stop being my own worst enemy. I swear that is like going to be my downfall. Regrets of 2015. I really try not to have any regrets in anything that I do. I feel like everything has to be for a reason. If you lose friends, it could have been for a reason. That person might have been in your life to teach you a lesson. I've had people who are not in my life anymore, but I feel like I'm thankful for them because they taught me a valuable lesson about myself. And there are some people that showed me what it meant to be a friend. I didn't really have too many good friends, and there's people who showed me what it means to have a good friend. There's people who show you what it means to be in a good relationship, or just things like that. So I try to look at everything as a lesson, and not to where it's like, oh, what was me, I just regret doing this so much. Everything is for a reason. So I try not to have any regrets, and right now I'm not having anything that comes to mind, so obviously it must not be too bad. So yeah, no regrets, man. No regrets. Most memorable phrase of 2015. I still feel like every time I remember anything, it's from last year and it's not from this year. Oh, I don't know if I have a most memorable phrase. I have one, but it's like an insider, and I feel like it was from last year. I probably should have done this in 2014. I feel like I have more memories than I got nothing. Lessons I learned in 2015. Oh, so many lessons. I think the biggest one for me, I feel, is what's impacted me the most, is to just not take things so seriously. Oh, I have two. Not to take things so seriously, and to distinguish between a friend and an associate. I think for me, those two things mesh together, mainly because I always grew up in a serious kind of environment, I guess you could say, which is really weird. I don't know if serious is the right word, but I've always just been, just very serious. So I take a lot of things to heart, and I believe in, you know, if your word, you're gonna keep it, that kind of stuff. So I feel like I used to take everything seriously to the point where it was like, oh my God, like, I'm not gonna say anything to you because you're being weird, you know? So I had to just learn to not to take things so seriously and to take people as they are, you know, because everyone is not gonna be how you expect them to be, or everyone's not gonna be how I expect them to be. Everyone doesn't think